Welcome to October 2022, and look, I know we're already a week into it, but I wanted those trailing sales in September to have a chance to record before I reported to you guys on what's going on. And after a tough July, we had a good rebound in August, so I was anxious to hear if that continued in September. And I'll just remind you, taking you back to July, we only had 14 closings in Laguna in July, then we had 41 in August, and now in September we've had 20 closed sales in September. There might be one or two that trickle in, but I doubt it. We had a high closing of 10.5 million down in Lower Three Arch. Anyway, we're hearing a lot about elections, and aside from that, what most people are talking about is this economy and inflation, and then certainly what the interest rates are doing to impact all of that. And from a low 30-year fixed rate mortgage back in January of 3.25%, it was 6.7% last week, and our market has certainly been impacted. In 2021, however, gas prices were at $3.25, and now it's hard to find gas cheaper than $6.50. So it's doubled as well. And it's been a similar story, as you know, in the housing market. But not only have the values surged, but now so have interest rates. And this combination, along with the continued lack of inventory, is definitely impacting our market. If nothing else, it's definitely causing a pause in the market. So anyway, typically also in a year where mortgage rates spike higher, the inventory typically follows as well, but in this market, it doesn't. So as a result, there's very little activity going on in the market, and people are choosing not to sell, and our active inventory level is struggling to stay above 100. In fact, today it went below, and it's at 88. In a normal market in Laguna, typically you're seeing 200 to 250 homes on the market. And again, today we only have 88 homes on the market in Laguna. Anyway, in the beginning of 2020, since the beginning of 2020, home prices have risen approximately 42%, and the median values or prices went from $855,000 to $1.3 million across Orange County. Interest rates remained really low, and from 2020 to, after the start of COVID through the first weeks of this year, 21 straight months, we had interest rates that ranged between 2.65% and 3.5%. So I don't know how long we could have expected that to continue, and even the Feds told us that this was going to happen. So we're coming off of one of the hottest real estate runs in history, probably the hottest. So we're normalizing now, and now we're hearing terms like bubble and recession and housing crash. And I know that's what the media earns their stripes on, to make things as dramatic as they can be, but I don't think it's as bad. And I think we should caution ourselves and pump the brakes a little bit. These past 3 years have been anything but a normal market. But I'll remind you that interest rates have spent way more time in that 5 to 7% range since 2000 than they have in that 3% range that we've been enjoying these past 20 months or so. So I would caution us not to confuse this downturn or pause in activity as a signal that it's the beginning of, another large catastrophic drop in values and a flood of foreclosure activity and short sales and all that we experienced before. Just for point of reference, there are only 6 distressed homes available on the market here in Orange County today. 6 out of about 3,500 active listings in Orange County. So it's a completely different market where homeowners they're coming from a position of strength. There's no panic selling, there's no short sales, and inventories are still severely muted. So anyway, in fact, sales price ratios were 99% across Orange County in August, and only 0.1% of all sales in Orange County in all of 2022 have been distressed. So this happened pretty quickly, and I know it's a bit shocking after coming off this 21 months, but I'm just suggesting we're entering more of a normalized market. And in my opinion, that is a much more preferred market to be doing business in for everybody. So anyways, for October in Laguna, the high school football team is kind of exciting right now. High tides have been a little crazy. We've lost some sand on the beaches. We are paving the roads. Halloween's coming up, but the biggest thing you're seeing are the signs in everybody's neighborhood, all the political measures, and all the candidates running for city council. So there are some important measures on the ballot. There are some great city council candidates. But I think these issues that are on the ballot are issues that could shape the landscape of this town for years to come. And I'm just asking you to please educate yourself. You get out and vote. I really think seriously the future of the town depends on it. I know that sounds hokey, but it really does. And I'm not a big political guy, and nor do I plan to be. But this year, I don't think it's so much about politics. It is about protecting our future and our town. And we already have enough guidelines in place. Yeah, they're a bit controversial, and not everybody's happy all the time. But these are the same guidelines that have helped shape this place into what I truly believe is one of the most beautiful places on earth and one of the best places, certainly in the world, to live. So the last thing I think we need is for us to get involved and logjam the city even more. So it's the last I'm going to say about it. I just say, again, please just educate yourself on what you're voting for, know what you're voting for, and get out and vote. And lastly, a couple great things coming up on the horizon here in town. Next week, October 12th, the School Power Dodgeball Tournament. That's one of my favorite events of the year. And October 13th, the next day, the Taste of Laguna Food and Music Festival is taking place. And then October 23rd, the Pacific Marine Mammal Center Gala is happening. And then looking into November, we've got the Coast Film and Music Festival. That's a super cool event, and that's occurring happening on November 13th through November 9th through the 13th. I'm sorry. So, lastly, if you've watched until now, thank you. You certainly must have better things to do in your life. But if you'd like to hear more, I encourage you to subscribe, like us, whatever you can do on whatever you're watching this on. So thanks so much, and we look forward to seeing you next month.